Hello, fellow crafters and paper artisans. It's Chandra with Stockton Stuff. I am here to share my SVG Cuts video boxes that I made for my Halloween swap. And you all saw me show you this embellishment box. I'd made two big ones and two small ones. And I actually used the big ones in one of these boxes as well. Let me put it that way. So the first box that I did was called the spider box, and I'm hoping that this will fit in there. But let me tell you what I did. So I used paper from the front panel. I used from this DCWV, and I did the sides as well. I made the box lime green and the trim purple, and then and I did them both exactly the same, and it is pretty roomy. And I haven't tried this, so I'm trying it with you. So let's see if this fits. Perfect. Now the only thing that I'm worried about is the other one has that big spider on it, but there looks like to be a little bit of room left, and maybe I'll face the spider towards the back. I'll have to figure that out. I used vellum here. I had this is Stampin' Up! Vellum. It's purple, and I just thought it was so pretty. Be careful with this cut. I had to do it on intricate cuts on my Cricut. That is a perfect fit. So if you ever buy that little box from Joann's, you know it will fit in the SVG Cut spider box. I saw so many people make some really cute what do I want to say? Some really cute coverings, boxes, and things like that for their embellishment boxes. But my goodness, this is perfect. And honestly, you guys, I just made a bunch of boxes. And I just made them all. And then I said, once I finish making everything, I'll figure out what's going in what. And if it doesn't, they go back in the stash and somebody gets it next year. So I already owned this one. It was already a SVG in my file. Yay. This one I bought, and they were having a sale, so I got it at quite a bit percentage off. Anyway, it's called the Gimme Candy Boxes, and so I made the Boo Box. They are not as big as this one, as you can see. It's smaller. But I use the ghost paper from the DCWB pad. I think it's from there. Or maybe not. Maybe this is one of my loose papers. And I did the trim in purple and green. And I just cut the letters there. By the time you see this video, I'm not sure if you would have seen this video, because I'm using this ghost video for another collab that I'm doing. So there's different ghosts that you may see throughout my boxes. Anyway, so I like that this box, like that one, opens from the top, and I'm going to be putting ephemera that I'm packaging in here. So I gave them 2 girls. I remember I made 4 during the paper dolls, so I just packaged them really tight because I want to be able to get as much in here as possible, because I have some other ephemera that I made that I want to try to get it all in this box. Now this box also has a place here, see that hole, where I can use some of my little mesh rope. So I just noticed that, so now I'm all excited. I get to use another piece. So that would be great. I will probably end up using the purple or the black on this because of the purple. Or I could use the green, and that would be cute too, to pull that green out. And so I did make 2 of those. The next box, and let me just show you. I guess I didn't need to do a tutorial, and the tutorial on the site is really, if you're a crafter, she's just like blazing through, really just giving you simple instructions. But this all cuts in one piece. It's already scored. this is one piece. This is one piece, and the boo is two. So there's not a lot to it. It is pretty easy. I did not make the candy cup, but I did make the haunted house. And I got to use my mesh tubing. So this is what the haunted house looks like. And I already have this gift packaged. I did cut acetate. I just cut it this, how did I do it? I just figured it out on my Cricut. So I did cut the acetate and then covered it with, the wind, because it did come with the window piece, and so, or whatever, the frame, and then the fence. And so one of the things that she said, if you didn't want to leave the fence open like it is on the picture, you could wrap it around the box. So I was already thinking about doing that. So when I watched the video, I was like, great. So I did the door, and I just used the flat back bling there. I had a hard time figuring out what print. I wanted the house to look like a haunted house. So I ended up using the skeleton kind of floral piece out of the DCWV collection. And then I just had this black and white, I think it was in my stash or from another collection. And then there's my mesh, and I put the ghost on the roof. And then, and so here's the other one. And I was able to get a pair of socks and a little lotion in there. So that's not a bad size either when you really, think about, it's smaller than this one, which was smaller than the first one, but I just wanted to give you an idea. So I got a lotion, a small hand cream, and that's the one from Five Below, and a pair of ankle socks. All right. So the next box is this jack-o'-lantern box. And once I did it, I don't know, I chose to use green for the base because I was trying to honor what my people said they wanted. And then I was like, I don't know, do I like it or not? So I left it because it could look like the jack-o'-lantern is lit up. People will light up their jack-o'-lantern, right? And so I just used this piece of paper, which I believe was from the Michaels paper pad. And I think I only had that one sheet left. And I cut the top. I was able to use my mesh. And you've seen me make these clips before. And so I was able to get 3 to just fit right in there with no trouble. I didn't wrap them. I didn't do anything. I may put something else on the top. What I might add in there is some so they can make their own, just a little kit so they can make 1 or 2 of their own. And then, I made the witch's hat, and this is it. I must have accidentally resized this band because it did not work out, and I didn't come back to cut it. I just said, I'll figure out something else. So I need to fix my bling here. That's going to be the bad part when you start packaging. Things don't always hold tight, especially when you're going to be using the mail. So I used that paper again. Five Below had this fall harvest Tootsie Roll mix, and it smells so good. But it was like cinnamon, caramel apple, pumpkin spice, and there was one other something. Anyway, they were like all kind of fall color. I was able to get 10 in here. So 10 Tootsie Rolls fit in here. And so that was fine for me. And I just kind of kept it simple. And it really is the base, the hat, and then there's 2 pieces so that you make this so it has a finished look, and it gives a little more sturdiness for the box because it's an open under the box is open. It's not like a full closed box, so it is technically the box base. So you could even put another layer, just a solid color between, just to give it a little more sturdiness, but because I was using good paper, I didn't press about it. And then the last box is the big one. So these are the largest boxes from the SVG Cuts file, and I I made them hoping that they would fit my embellishment box, and so I just used this print, and I use that page that has like all the different, you know, kind of cut apart pieces or like border pieces that you could cut, just because, you know, I just kind of thought it was festive. And, you know, I'm getting my use out of this background webbing, or this webbing ribbon that I keep using like a background. These are my little witches that I like to make, and I saw this idea of, I usually just stick the skewer in, but I saw this idea about making a broomstick on the bottom, so I did that. This is a scrap from my stash and a doily die that I cut. I have two different ones, and then this is some of that you know, that sheer, I can't even think of what I want to call it, spiderweb ribbon from Dollar Tree that I bought last year or the year before. So I wanted this to be able to fit my embellishment box, and it looks like it will. Let's see, the only thing that spider is kind of, I'm gonna have to put a little ribbon around it, but it did fit in there. I'm gonna add some of this shred, and I made a little treat with I just made a matchbox, did the measurements and made a matchbox, and I added some Hershey's candy just to add a little something to it. And then I'm going to send Lacey a gift, but it is not going to be anything like this. It's just some other things that I picked up for her. So thanks for watching my video with all of my SVG cuts, and for watching my embellishment box videos. Thanks. Have a great day.